Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Witchy Wednesday. I was thinking about doing a quartz, like rose quartz or something like that, for this video, but at the last minute, and when I say last minute, I'm talking Sunday, but and this is being recorded on Monday. I kind of had the idea of doing selenite, so that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, we're going to be talking about selenite today. I got a couple samples here, my selenite orb, and even my orange selenite. So we're going to be talking about all of that. We're going to look into Love is in the Earth by Melody, and we're also going to look at another resource online that I have found that I want to kind of read a couple excerpts from, because yeah, Melody doesn't cover all the bases here for this one. But before we go getting into all of that stuff, let's first thank our patrons on Patreon. We have Sophia, Linda, and Tyler. Thank you so much for being patrons on Patreon. If you would like to be a patron on Patreon and help be a founding member of our Christo-Pagan. What are you? Oh, that's right. I gave Jelly catnip, and she's just going crazy over here. If you would like to be a founding member of our Christo-Pagan church that we're going to start here on YouTube, you can sign up to be a patron on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. If you would like to get something physical back for your money and you would like to support me as an individual, you can hit up the eBay store down below. Look at what I have to sell and buy to your heart's content. Shoot me an offer. No reasonable offer is denied. Anyway, let's see. If you do not have the finances to support this channel, that's completely understandable. Hit that subscribe button right over here. If you've already done that, hit that like button. Hit that bell notification as well, because that lets you know whenever new videos are released. Hit that like button if you've already done all of those things. Leave a comment if you've done all of that. Fantastic. The algorithmic gods of YouTube are smiling upon you. All hail the algorithmic gods of YouTube. Make sure that you share this with a friend if that's something safe for you to do so. So, yes, with all of that out of the way, let's talk about selenite. Now, selenite is one of my favorites. It is such a nice, peaceful little stone, little rock, mineral, what have you. It has kind of a crystalline structure, but anyway, it's one of my favorites, for one. It is just soft and gentle and has a lot of properties about it that I absolutely love. Let's first look into Love is in the Earth by Melody and see what she has to say. Let me get to the page here. I had a lot of this all written out, and then that's on my iPad, and I didn't bring my iPad in with me. Anyway, let's go ahead and read this. She says, for one, this is an astrological sign of Taurus. Selenite is a form of crystallized gypsum. It is found in the form of colorless to white tubular crystals and needle-like crystals. Wow. For some reason, that was very difficult for me to read that. This mineral provides for clarity of mind, expanding one's awareness of the self and one's surroundings. Okay, and that's kind of where she leaves it on that. She has a lot more to say. Let's get on into that. It can be used to access past lives as well as future lives. The future lives being those which are probable at this time if one's physical life proceeds in the direction which it is now going. This is similar to whenever I do a predictive reading for tarot. If you continue on this journey that you are on, this is a probable outcome for you. So yeah, I don't usually say this is a definite, this is what's going to happen. It is what's going to happen if you continue down this path that you are on. So yeah, she has a similar wording there with this crystal and future lives, which we don't really talk enough about what is the life after this one. What is the next journey, the next stage in our existence? And I'd like to explore that a little bit more, because we do talk a lot about past lives in certain circles, but I haven't heard a lot of talk about future lives, and I'd like to make that more of a thing. Anyway, moving on. This access is provided by rubbing the crystalline structure with a finger or thumb, not the fingernail, because it is so easily damaged if you rub it with your fingernail that you can scratch it, you can break pieces off and whatnot, get them jammed into your fingernail, and that's just not a good day for anybody, especially the crystal. Moving on. During this activation process, when the meditative state is attained, the visual images will begin. It should be noted that the access to the future is also compatible to this life. One will be presented with situations which are very likely to occur during this life on this plane, again, dependent upon the course of progress one chooses during one's lifetime. It has been used to decrease, I don't even know how to say this, bear with me, reticence, and to assist one in the acquisition of materialistic pursuits related to business. Let's see, which I don't really hear that much about with Selenite, and I'm kind of liking that she approached this, the materialistic pursuits related to business. I like that she used or that she included this, because a lot of resources that I look up with this stone do not have something like that. So that is much appreciated. And I would have to say that using this in a money spell, or itchy nose, in an area where I'm doing my eBay listings and whatnot, this would be a nice stone to have for that. So thank you, Melody, for that. Moving forward, it can also assist one in issues of judgment and can provide the required insight and... Oh, hold on, we have another strong word here. It's going to be a tough one. Ameliorative energies. I've never heard this word before, never seen it before. Cut me a little slack here. To promote justice during adjudication of disputes. So if you're having a court case, good stone to have as a pendant or a bracelet or something of that nature. Have it in your pocket with you. Would be good if you're dealing with court cases. It has been used as a sharp sword of awareness, cutting through unconscious assumptions and promoting the reconnection between the conscious self and the mystic, which lives within the superconscious. Okay. That's a lot of big words. She uses very big words. I'm not that big of a brain. Let's move on. Selenite can be used to provide both flexibility to one's nature and strength to one's decisions. It allows one to see the inner workings of any situation and to understand the superficial and the deeper meanings inherent in same. It also allows one to access the interior of the physical body in order to understand existing disorders, providing information with respect to the fix. Which I'm not really sure exactly what she means by this. Like, it gives you access to be able to fix things within yourself if there are things to fix. I'm a little confused with her wording here. I wish that whenever she wrote this book, she made it a little bit easier for us lay people, or at least myself, being a lay person. I would consider myself a lay person, making it easier for people like me to understand. Very plain English, please, authors out there. Moving on. It has been used to align the spinal column. Let me first say, before I go any further, y'all know, if you've been watching me for any sort of time here, I am not a medical professional. I do not give any of this advice for the use in medical remedies or in lieu of medical treatment. Please consult your doctor. Using it in tandem with medical treatment by a licensed physician, it, can't hurt, but should not be something that takes the place of a medical physician. Thank you. Okay, moving on to this part. It has been used to align the spinal column, allowing the selenite to traverse the spinal column from the base of the spine to the back of the neck. Seems to remove energy blockages, while traversing in the opposite direction seems to smooth the flow of energy. It can also promote flexibility within the muscular structure. It can be used to provide, hold on, same big word here, amelioration of disorders associated with poisoning due to the metals in the fillings of the teeth. That's odd. Okay. It can be used to facilitate regeneration of the cellular structure and the protective membrane linings which surround the cells. Which I'm kind of confused on that. I don't know enough about biology to really say anything intelligent on this. So I'm gonna just take her word for this. Yeah. Okay. Hence, providing a tool to both prevent and overcome damage caused by the well-known free radical. Examples of effects which can be overcome including cancer, tumors, age spots, wrinkles, and light sensitivity. Again, not guaranteeing that this is your be-all and all stone that will fix all of these problems. Please see a doctor. Selenite can also be used to correct disorders and deformities of the skeletal system and to stabilize epileptic disorders. It has also been used to extend one's lifespan. Okay, and that's really what Melody has to say in here, which I'm a little surprised because there's a lot to be said about selenite that she doesn't really say here. Okay, so I went to searching because I knew there were a ton of different uses of selenite, and some of it I just needed to have my brain jogged on. For one, selenite is named after the goddess Selene in the Greek pantheon, and this is from tinyrituals.co, right? Yeah, tinyrituals.co. It is a blog, take it as that. But I did find the information interesting, and it has been stuff that I've studied before in regards to the stone. So, I agree with certain parts of it, and I just want to have my mind jogged here. Anyway, it is, and they use a lot of flowery language here. Whoever wrote this, and I do apologize, I didn't get the name of an author here. I don't see a name of an author. Come on. Nope. I don't see a name of an author listed here on this, but then again, I'm in reader mode, not in the actual website mode. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. I gave you the website. You can find it. It's very simple. Y'all know how to Google. Anyway, named after the goddess Selene, it has a nice moon type of feel to it, especially the orb. Now, this orb I used to use for meditating all the time. And if you look right here, you see that right there? That is a perfect little window to look into while meditating. I would have it on a base and just stare into that little window, and it is so cool to meditate with that little tiny window right there. And you got to catch it right. So, but it looks like a little moon. Like if you have it up high, like you can see the light reflecting off of it and everything. Yeah, it is like a little moon. She is not lying here, or he, she, they, whoever wrote this article, they are not lying here. It is like a little moon. So I understand why they named it after Selene. Anyway, let's see. They can be found all over the world. So My thing with this series of of stones is to make sure that I don't promote any stones that are exceedingly expensive. And let's see, for a tower like this that I have, I'm seeing them on Etsy for like $5.25. Um, you know, yeah, you can find them relatively cheap. You can find a small pillar for like, or a small little wand about that big. You can find those for about $5-6. So yeah, they're not incredibly expensive. I was just Googling it to see what the price range was. I think I got this for like maybe $10. This one I think I got, I don't know how much I spent on this. And it's been a long time that I've had this little gal, orb. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had this, and I think I might have paid like $25 or something like that. Not an exceedingly expensive stone to have, and you can find little tiny like worry stone types of them and whatnot. You can find those at just about every metaphysical store, rock store, what have you. You will be able to find them. So, and you can also find them on Etsy, eBay, and Amazon if you wish. So yeah, you can find them all over the place. You can get jewelry made out of selenite. The one thing I will say, do not wear this jewelry. If you get the jewelry with selenite on it, do not wear that in the shower. It has a low Mohs scale. I think it's like a Mohs 2. Um, it won't necessarily like just crumble, but it is made of gypsum. So, having it in water, not a great idea. Uh, it will affect the stone. So it might not affect it necessarily all at once or in a great amount all at once, but over time, doing that over and over, it will eventually deteriorate the stone um, until you have nothing. Let's see. Let's see what else they have here. It is linked to the crown chakra, and this is something that I used to use. I had a selenite wand, and I loved my selenite wand. And unfortunately, when I moved to Korea, it broke. Um, I absolutely love this thing, but using the selenite wand for whenever you are communicating with either deity or spirits or whatnot, spirit communication is great with these because it's just light and airy and it helps you gain to that higher those higher vibrations, those higher levels and whatnot. So meditating with this is fantastic for that, especially if you're doing spirit communication. It'll let the nice ones come through and kind of block out the negative ones. This is a stone that is very much a cleansing stone. Does not mean that it's self-cleansing, but it doesn't need cleansed as much in order to cleanse it. If you need it to have a little bit of a charge, a little bit of a cleanse, put it on a windowsill in the moonlight. Fantastic. You can have it on a windowsill in the daytime, and one of the individuals on Psychic Teachers, a podcast that I do recommend, actually has little selenite wand pieces on every windowsill of her house, or on the windows of all around her house. And she uses that as a protective barrier. And yes, it will work as far as a protective barrier. It won't let the bad things in, it'll only let the good stuff in. That type of thing. So yeah, having this around is a great thing for that. If you want it for protection, or you want the good energies to come in or the good entities to come in, but you want to keep the bad ones at bay, fantastic stone for you. Can't go wrong with it. Let's see what else. Oh, this is such a gentle stone. If you are doing cord cutting, and I'm going to pretend this is my wand, my selenite wand, which I have the pieces still. I'm kind of still a little bit angry that it broke, but things happen for a reason. And eventually one day I will have my selenite wand again. But if this is your selenite wand and you are doing some healing work with yourself, some cord cutting work, this is an excellent stone to just bring up and down yourself. And I don't know what is on my shirt. It's probably dog hair or something like that. But to bring up and down your body to kind of just release those things that are not great for you. So any tension that you're holding, just bring that around. I have found that if you have a headache, if you are just troubled about something that you need to just kind of think through it and decompress, having this on your third eye just brings a sense of calm. Something I used to do with my selenite wand all the time. I absolutely love that thing. Let's see. Selenite first starts with helping you unburden yourself by thinking with crystal clear clarity. Again, this website, this blog has a lot of information, but it's again tinyrituals.co. A lot of flowery language, but does have a lot of good information. So yeah, it helps you to become beautifully aware of your surroundings and lends impeccable judgment and healthy insight so that you can work carefully with your soul to make the right decisions. So decision making, if you're sitting there with a hard decision to make, should I do this or should I do that? Sitting with your selenite, meditating with it. And like I said, this one was fantastic for that because it has that little window. But I have lost myself for hours at a time just staring into that little tiny window, and it's actually on both sides. Staring into that little tiny window and meditating. Fantastic stone for that. With a little candlelight. Wonderful. Anyway. They say here it works with crown chakra and third eye chakra. I have known this to be true. Communication with the angelic realms. I don't necessarily communicate with angelic realms, but I would say higher realms, the departed, whatnot, the good things that are on the spirit side, not the ones that are a little malevolent. Don't like dealing with those too often, especially won't be dealing with them with selenite. Let's see. The metaphysical is where selenite truly seems to shine, and it is a stone that lives up to its name as being intrinsically angelic. Okay. Let's see. Moving on here. Talking about chakras. We already talked about that. Using this gemstone, you can, again, wear it as a bracelet, wear it as a pendant, carrying it in your pocket. Make sure that you don't get it wet or get it wet often. Using it for an altar tile, if you have a slab of it, and you can use it as an altar tile and whatnot. Again, trying not to get it wet, but wonderful to charge things around it. So, let's say you have... Just grab my stones here. It will charge the stones around it. So let's say that my rose quartz that's right here needs to be cleansed. I'm just going to pick this up because it's easier to pick this up. If I set my rose quartz anywhere near it, it's going to start cleansing it and charging it just by being near the selenite. The only other one that really happens for is citrine and amethyst. So, yes, if you want to charge your stones and you have selenite, stick them near the selenite. Nice, light energy, happy energy. Not, it doesn't really carry negativity with it. It doesn't have time for that. It is all about the higher good and whatnot. Let's see. And this person even mentioned selenite wand. A selenite wand is a selenite that comes in the stick or wand form, and can help direct energy flow. Selenite wand uses include moving stagnant energy, which I have done, cleansing the aura. I'm not much into aura cleansing per se. Yeah. Clearing out negative energy, yes, absolutely. And connecting with higher levels of consciousness, yes, absolutely. So it helps clear blocks. It helps just maneuver through the minutia of life and helps you pretty much shine light on things that you need to deal with. It's not a harsh stone. It doesn't make you deal with the heavy things in an in your face way. It's not like malachite or anything where it's really kind of abrasive. No, this is just a gentle little stone that really helps you with you and helps just be a therapist to you in a way. Not to say that therapists don't have a purpose if you have selenite, just saying it doesn't hurt. So we should all get therapy. Let's make that a thing. Like, seriously. Anyway, very useful stone. Absolutely love it. This video has been all over the place and we're at like 25 minutes. I'm probably not going to edit this down because I have a lot of things to do. Just saying. Yeah, I spent today helping some friends move furniture, and yeah, I'm a little pooped. Not gonna lie. And yeah, I gotta go make dinner and get clothes in the wash for tomorrow, and get things ready for work for Tuesday and Wednesday. So yeah, I got a lot of things going on. A lot of balls in the air, so to speak. Anyway, ways that you can use selenite in your everyday practice. Let's just run down this real quick as sort of a recap. If you put this in your entryway, negativity is not coming through. I actually have a huge column like this, but big, that actually has a light that goes in it, like one of the salt lamp type lights. But the light that I have gets way too hot for my comfort, for the things around it. So I have to find a different different light that goes in there, a lower wattage or whatnot, so it doesn't get as hot, or like an LED or something like that. I love the look of it whenever it's all lit up. It's actually kind of like what this looks like here with the reflection of the light, but it's very nice. So you can buy them like that, like a salt lamp type. You can actually get those online for relatively cheap. I think 35, 40 bucks maybe. Put that in the entryway of your home. Looks great. Nobody's the wiser. It looks like a piece of decoration that's just nice and peaceful and cute. And the woo-woo-ness of it all, which is the really fun part. If you don't have people around you that are into the woo-woo or might look down upon it, having something like that just looks like something that's nice and airy and beautiful to look at. Nobody's the wiser about your witchiness. Okay. Next thing that you can do is, if you have stones, if you're a crystal grid person, having your stones around it to cleanse and whatnot would be fantastic. Now, I would probably not use this as a generator. So what I would probably do is I would get one that's a little smaller, maybe one of the little tiny pieces about that big, and I would include that in the mix of, I'm just using this as an example, using that in the mix of my crystal grid. Let's say that's my grid there, really nice grid there, Rich. And let's say this is my selenite piece. This is actually a clear quartz. But having that in there just to keep everything cleansed while the rest of the grid is doing their job. If this is a crystal grid for communicating with higher beings or with positive entities and having this crystal grid set up for that purpose, I would definitely encourage you to include selenite in that, along with probably amethyst as well. Again, that selenite's going to help charge everything, keep everything going at full potential, and also work in tandem with that, with the calling of the other crystals in order to bring in the nice, peaceful energies so you can communicate with them. And it's also going to help open up the chakras. Another thing, let's say, and I don't have it here right now, ill-prepared, Rich, bad. Let's say that you have your crystals like this, and this is your, we're just going to add a couple more, see how many I can get on there. We're going to just say that these are your chakra stones. If you are doing chakra work, going to each one of them and cleansing them would be a fantastic way to use a selenite wand or a selenite piece in general. Cleansing those, as long as if you are connecting these stones to your actual chakras. If you don't want to use them with the stones for chakra work, you can take this as just as it is and go to each chakra point. Start from the base to the top, you know, as you do. Root to tip, as just like in coloring hair. Always start from the root chakra all the way up to the crown. I just did it this way because that's the easiest way to show you, because you ain't seen my root chakra. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway, so a couple uses there. The one that really got me from Melody was to use it as part of business. So this is actually going to find its way into my little eBay area. And I'm also going, actually, yes, this one's probably going to find its way into my eBay area unless I have a smaller piece. And I'm going to keep one on my desk in here, or at least near my desk. I'm going to keep that one right there for now. Because this is where I've been doing my eBay listing and whatnot. So that would be a great place to keep that. So the orange selenite and the regular selenite are going to stay on my altar up there because they are fantastic for meditating with. Now, orange selenite, I want to talk about this real quick because I don't have much experience working with orange selenite. Let's see. Let's see. Nope, she doesn't really have anything there, or they don't have anything there. Selenite. Orange selenite. If you have orange selenite, what is it good for? Come on. We're gonna hold, please. Okay, so this is from the crystalcouncil.com, and this might be why I haven't really noticed the big difference. And I will be honest, I haven't worked with this orange selenite as much as the regular selenite, but it is it has hematite in it, which is, I guess, what gives it its orange color. The color is from impurities of hematite within it. Okay, so the big difference is with orange selenite, you have more of a grounding effect. So, and that's really the only difference. Other than that, they basically have the same properties. This one's a little light and airy and free, and a little bit more fluffy and fluttery and whatnot. This one kind of brings you down. And yeah, even just holding that, just I feel myself just kind of boom like that. So yeah, orange selenite and the regular white selenite are going to stay on my altar for meditative practices, and I really want to kind of work with this one a little bit more. Now, couple things with care. Whenever you're working with them, for one, I'm trying not to hit my rings on them. Good idea to take your rings off whenever you're when you're handling your stones, depending on the stone, especially ones like selenite. This one is still very nice and smooth, doesn't have hardly any little nicks in it. But from years and years of, you know, moves and whatnot, it's got one or two. But you want to take your rings off. You don't want to handle them with that because it is a soft stone. Now, on this one, you can see like the little divots here and there. Yeah, this is from years of moving and handling and whatnot. Be nice to your stones. Yeah, I'm a little more rough than I wish to be. And yeah, unfortunately my selenite paid the price for it. But I'm learning. I'm getting better, and we're still on good terms. So, other care instructions are don't soak it in water. You can have it on the windowsill, that's fine. Just be aware that if you have white selenite, it will get a little bit dull from being in the sunlight and whatnot. If you have orange selenite, it might get a little bit more pale. So, yeah, it's not going to have that nice uh, moon-like feature to it, that little shining feature that it has if you leave it in the sunlight too long. You can definitely do it. It's not like quartz where you definitely don't want to have it in the sunlight at all because it can start fires. But yeah, it's very nice in the moonlight. Absolutely, stick it in the window for the moonlight and whatnot. Helps it out. Do not try to gouge it or anything because it will gouge easily. So yeah, not that I think people are out there trying to gouge through it, but a little tangent of mine, don't go putting anything sharp up to it because it will gouge, it will break and whatnot, and we don't want that. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. I do apologize. If you stuck around this long, thank you. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if I missed anything about selenite or using selenite in your practice. I, for one, love this stone. And yeah, I've used it in my practice, and it doesn't cost a lot. Like I said, you can get a piece for very little monies, which is one thing I'm really trying to promote, for those of us who are strapped for cash, to be able to buy these and use them. So, yeah. Anyway, if I missed something, let me know down below. If you found this enjoyable, let me know down below. If you wish I stopped rambling about 20 minutes ago, let me know down below. Until next time, which is our Witchy Book Club series, I wish you love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye.